Time now for the KSL In-Depth. Imagine this. You're dangling by a rope on the side of a cliff surrounded by snow and ice. The sun's going down. Your blood's pumping. The adrenaline's up. But you're trying to stay calm in order to rescue a dog that somehow became stranded on a narrow ledge.
Now, come here. She nipped at me a little bit, but I'm just worried she's going to jump off the cliff if I get close.
It happened over the weekend in Utah County, and you can see video of the rescue right now on the KSL News Radio app or at kslnewsradio.com. Search and rescuers successfully snatched the skittish pooch from a snowy cliff, but not without some difficulty. KSL News Radio's Paul Nelson spoke with the people who put their own lives on the line for this dog. Paul's with me live now. Where was this, and how did the dog get up there?
Well, this was on one of the mountainsides above Provo, and officials say that the dog basically just wandered away from home, and then went into this mountainside and went toward the side and then got onto that cliff. If you're checking out KSL News Radio right now, you could see awesome video of this rescue, but basically this poor dog, Mary, she got stuck on this ledge that was below. Basically, the guy had to get lowered 30 feet in order to reach this ledge, and there was a 60-foot drop right below her, so it was a very, very tricky situation, and the dog was terrified. They expected that they would have a whole lot of success just bringing her down and putting her on a harness and bringing her down the cliff, but Sean Roundy said this is how it actually went down.
The dog was so skittish that it just went away from me, so I had to traverse across about 50 feet to get to it, and then I started feeding it some food and coaxing it, and it got closer and closer. It started eating out of my hand a little bit, and I just had a few of those pieces left, and I was able to get my hand up, and I started to grab her collar. It was kind of tight, so I could just barely fit 2 fingers underneath it, and before I could get it in a better hold, she just twisted and jerked away.
So they were not able to bring her down that night. However, they were going to try the next morning, and they realized that she was able to walk herself down. But they did help her survive the night and gave her what she needed in order to get to a spot where she could go to a safer spot and walk herself down.
Remember, it was so cold over the weekend. You have to really love animals to want to do something like that. Now, has this dog been reunited with the owner?
Yeah, that's the interesting thing. I mean, the thing is, it might not seem like they were successful, but they were. What they were able to do is move her about 50 feet away to a different part of the ledge, and that's when the dog was able to walk down, and she has been taken back to her family. But they gave her food, I think it was a pack of jerky, a can of sardines, and they also gave her a warm bed with kind of glove warmers so that she had a warmer place to sleep. And they were convinced that she was going to survive, and they were going to go back and get her, but then they were told she'd already found her way back home.